I mean, it's like crazy how you have this whole setup.
The setup's nice, right? That's great. How you doing, Stewart?
Hey, great. It's a beautiful day. The rain's gone, so the show can continue.
How was your 4th of July? Everything was okay?
Yeah, it was great. It was nice. Nothing too crazy. How was yours?
It was good. I had my cousin had his little get together there at my bad. Malfunction there. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
No. My cousin, we had a big get together there with friends and families. He lives over at Wedgefield. Do you know where that's at?
Oh yeah.
So off by Dallas. So we went there and had a little barbecue, little fireworks, and it was pretty fun.
That's perfect.
How was yours?
I went out to a friend's house over in Palm Coast, just hung out and didn't do anything. It was lovely. Just sat there.
The Palm Coast is over by the east side of Melbourne over there? Or?
Yeah, it's north of Daytona by a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, so it's a nice little area, but 4th of July weekend, get a long weekend, relax.
Got any fireworks
shows.
there? Or?
Yeah, I watched a bunch of fireworks. They were beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he bought I think they came together like $500 each, got like $3,000 worth of fireworks, and he would fuse them all together and light them all at once.
That would make a lot of boom.
Luckily we were on 5 acres, so nobody was messing with us too.
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
Well, yeah, it was a good show though. I mean, it was a good time overall, and I'm glad to be out here. This is the first time I've ever been to this show at the Harley-Davidson. Is this your second time or third time?
This one's the third one, yeah. So it's 3 times now we've had the new show, newest location. We love it. It's nice to be able to bring out people, and it's later on, so it starts at 11.
Yeah,
so
but nicer. I know that there's one before this at Aston Martin.
Yeah, Aston Martin.
So it's cool to have them go from there straight to here right after. That's pretty cool.
It is. It's nice that way.
Yeah.
Get both people.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it rained on us a little bit, but I mean, it's still good now. It's the sun's out, so I mean.
Yeah, the sun's out. It's fine. It's rain or shine. The cars are going to be fine.
It ends till 4 o'clock, you said?
Yeah, it'll end at 4.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you guys ever want to come to this show again, they're going to have it the first every Saturday?
Every first Saturday.
Every first Saturday. So every first Saturday, they're going to have it from 11 to 4 p.m. That's true?
11 to 4. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Have everyone come out. Please join. More than welcome.
Yeah.
We don't care what car you have.
Yeah, it's always a get together with the community. It's good what Stewart does, how you bring everyone together. I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So speaking of that, how did you start this whole? Did you start the Orlando Cars Coffee? Did you kind of inherit it yourself?
No, I started it. It was 12 years ago, coming up on 12 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
I would go down to Reeves Motorsports. It's a dealership down in Tampa. And I would go down there for Cars and Coffee, go to St. Pete for Cars and Coffee, to wherever down there, Sarasota, a lot of different places. And they didn't have one up here in Central Florida. So 12 years ago, I kind of got sick of driving down there early in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's have my own up here. And went to Amelia Island already a couple times, to the Concours up in Jacksonville, knew a lot of people in the car community, called some people, and started the show.
That's crazy that I never actually had one here for Orlando itself. Because I know Drive Shack started theirs, I think, about 8 years ago. Not even that long ago. Yeah, 10 years, not even 10 years ago almost.
Not even that.
I think it was 8 year. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it was 8 year anniversary, but it's crazy though. You started this whole spiel.
And now there are a lot of them a lot of them.
Well, a lot of, I won't say copycats, but a lot of duplicates, you could say.
There are, yeah.
Them. Yeah.
It's interesting to see how it's expanded.
Yeah, how do you feel about how they expand? Like, do the other promoters come to you, or like what happens there when they start a new one?
They just start their own. It seems like it's. I think everybody wants to have their own show because they like the events in general. Yeah. But there's a lot here in Central Florida. I've never really known another city that has more than one. If you really think about it, Miami only has their own one.
Miami is a mecca too of supercars, but I see
Palm Beach has
Orlando has every weekend there's 2 or 3 at least, and they're stacked on top of each other.
They are. It's a really interesting, very interesting space. Yeah. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just really like the Harley location the most. Like, it's just such a great spot.
Yeah, with the vibe and stuff. Like, do you feel like it's kind of the same vibes when you go to other car shows here in Orlando?
A little bit. The vibes are definitely the same because we try to foster that community of everybody here. Just bring something fun out. Be an enthusiast. You don't have to be a supercar owner. Just bring a car out. Be an enthusiast. Bring your kids. Bring family. The families are all out here. It seems like there's food out here. We got the food trucks. And it's right next to I-4, and I think that's what I also really love is that people can get onto I-4 and drive right past us.
Did you see that Ferrari F8, the blue one that came by? That thing is
so
nice.
Good.
That's a nice car.
Mm-hmm.
The also on the whenever we go to one of the parking garage at the Henry's, the Great Southern Box.
Yes.
It's always cool to go. I get the ones on top of the roof when they take off. You get the sky view of it. So
I love that parking garage. It is so nice.
That's a really good setup you have there on the setup.
And that'll be next Sunday. Tomorrow's Henry's Depot. So that's just one after the other.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
You got to keep going.
You're planning on expanding like this car show to a third date of the month? Because I know you got.
Well, we've got three already.
So you want a fourth one yet?
I don't know if we're gonna do a fourth. We might. There are other weekends available. There's other the second Saturday, let's say. Yeah. So there might be. So we'll see what happens.
But also we have other car shows that we go to that like. We like to go see the cars. We don't want to go and I'm sure you don't want to go and run the show every weekend. You want to go try your own thing.
Sometimes I'd like to relax.
Yeah.
Every now and then. I'm hiding back here in the corner.
Yeah.
No one will see us.
When he got you here, you were sleeping in the chair. I was like, I gotta wake you up.
Near enough, man. Falling asleep over here.
That's good.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
Look, we got kids here. It's just lovely.
If I had more cameras, we do 3 or 4 people. I have 4 microphones at the house, but I only brought 2 today. I just want to get this started and get my feet wet.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a good setup for now. Yeah. So I know I've seen you through when you went through different locations. What are like some of your biggest obstacles when it comes to the shows, like with the promoters and the itself?
Yeah, there's
people?
a couple different things. Finding the location and making is one thing, because a lot of people say, here's a nice parking lot. I found you a parking lot. Come do Cars and Coffee
like
here.
Example, Desertland.
Right. Here's a parking lot. Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to curate the right, and this is kind of maybe a masterclass, so listen in. It's got to have certain amenities. Just because we're looking at cars doesn't mean that we want to just be in a parking garage. Well, what else are we going to do for food? What are we going to do for entertainment? Is it shaded? Is it lit? What is it? So things like this kind of give us entertainment. We've got the food that's here. We've got the Harley store. We can hang out in here. It's a dealership, right? Great Southern Box Company. It's a food hall. You want donuts? Go inside. You want to get empanadas? Go inside. There's everything in there, right? Just like Henry's Depot. You're in a downtown Sanford. Yeah. Downtown Sanford's incredible. We can shut down the street. You want to go walk down like you're right there in downtown. Go get something. Go to the brewery around the corner. Go grab food. It's all right there. And I think the entertainment and having the amenity side of it makes it more than just sitting in a parking lot.
Yeah.
And you've got to find that balance that has both, and that allows for the families to come.
Yes.
That allows people to bring their spouses. Okay, all right, I'll come with you.
Yeah, you're not just you're not the husband that just goes out and leaves the wife at home.
Right. Yeah. It's an actual family affair, and then we can get more people out there. They want to stay here. It's not just, okay, I've walked around, it's hot, I'm out of here. Yeah. You don't want it to be that way.
No, because I noticed some shows, like whenever I started putting the camera down and stop filming, I see like the owners, you got to keep them entertained too when they bring the cars,
Yeah. There's got to be something for them. So that's kind of factor number one. So a lot of times you'll see people like, oh, well, can you come do a car show? And I'm like, well, your parking lot's small. So how's that going to work? So if your parking lot's small, it's not going to really be conducive for a show. If it's not like close to anything and you're not in a good driving area, like good roads, like I-4 is right here.
Yeah.
You're not centrally located. It's going to cause issues as well. Okay. You want to also make sure that when you are partnering with the venue space, is it going to be beneficial to the owner?
Yeah.
So because you have to get that permission, and we have to get permission from the city, and we have to go get permitting and our insurance. So there's a lot involved, but you really want to make sure that benefit is there for the owner. Like for Harley, we're bringing potential clients in.
Yeah.
It's useful.
I'm sure someone's buying a Harley today that just came in for the show.
Yeah.
They're buying a Harley.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yeah. That's actually pretty smart. I didn't think about that with the whole.
So that's that beneficial part where I think that it's a combination of making sure you have the amenities and it's beneficial to the owner. So you get a good partnership because you're going to be able to help them as best you can.
Yeah, you guys are helping each other out with future business growth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That's good. Yeah.
So I try to think of that ahead of time when I'm finding venues, talking to venue spaces, because it's hard for a lot of times people will be like, hey, I have a pizza place. Can you come in?
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'd love to come to a show there, but is it beneficial to the community? Will the community, respond well to it? Is the parking lot big enough? What's it look like, right?
Yeah.
If it's not going to be beneficial to the owner, then I'm not going to.
Yeah, and it's also it's not convenient also for people who are coming, say they're going to, their cars, they can't really park the cars where they want it, or spectators come, they don't feel comfortable in the area too.
Yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that come into that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I guess you've seen all the cars that come through, a lot of different cars. So throughout the years, what is like one that's, I guess, stand out from everything else? Like one ride you think, or one show you think that stands out from everything?
I mean, there's a really good story actually about a car that showed up to Cars and Coffee that the owner of that car didn't realize they purchased it and had it shipped from Japan, and it showed up one day. So the story behind this is and I'll tell you what it is. It is a fire truck from Mount Fuji.
Okay.
A little fire truck from Mount Fuji that he had shipped. It's got all the little stuff on it, the accessories. Showed up to the show just in the middle of the show, just drove in. And I'm like, this is amazing. And he's like, yeah, I didn't realize I bought it. I might have been drinking when I bought it. And I'm like, that is hilarious. So it just showed up one day, and he's like, wow, okay, I bought a fire truck. But it was great because I stood on top of it, did, big bullhorn during the show.
Yeah.
And it was a fun one.
That's funny.
That was a great
That
one.
reminded me of when I watched Gas Button Garage, Richard Rollins, and he got like super drunk, and he ended up buying like 3 or 4 cars on the auction because he's tricking.
It happens.
But spontaneous decisions like that, I mean, makes for the best because you got a car that you probably still has today. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I think for me, the coolest one I've seen is the Rat Rod, the diesel one.
Oh yeah, the
That's
diesel rat rod's
That's the coolest
very
one I've
cool.
seen.
Yeah.
He's got he took the motor from the 7.3 Ford F350. He put all the dually parts and all the engine, everything into that truck.
I was wondering where it came from.
Yeah,
Wow.
he took an old school wheelless and then put all the power plant for the 7.3 into that truck. It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That one's a pretty cool one.
That was
I'm
pretty
trying
cool.
to think what other ones that have been to the
Any
show.
other one stands out?
I mean, we do get some very crazy cars, LaFerrari, F40. We've had lots of stuff.
I want to
come
say,
out.
what's the most expensive car you've seen show up to the place?
Probably the LaFerrari.
It did?
Yeah.
That came out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, LaFerrari. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's pretty much probably it.
Well, other than Hamilton Collection, they brought their...
Yeah, I mean, those cars too. The Chiron that came out. The Hamilton Collection was pretty good.
Speaking of that, they just call you randomly, said they want to do a car show. Is that what they did?
That's what happens.
They're in Miami right now. I DM'd them, like, come up to Cars and Coffee,
They're cool.
Yeah.
They're cool.
That was actually a badass show because I didn't know Stradman was going to be there either.
I didn't either.
You didn't either?
I didn't either. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
That's probably one of my favorite shows I've been to. I've only been to a handful of these shows, but I mean...
That one was great.
That was a really good show.
Very busy show.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, it's actually on YouTube on our Overtime page, the Hamilton Collection. Orlando Cars and Coffee, so go check that out. It's a good, definitely a good show.
Okay, let's match it.
You've been in this for a while. How do you see, whenever you saw like new technology, new cars coming, how do you mesh that together with the old classic cars that we have still?
I think it comes back down to what we were talking about before with what kind of community this is. And it is a community. And making sure that people know that they're here to be enthusiasts.
Yeah.
No matter whether it's a new technology or old technology. I think that's the beauty of it.
Mind-blowing Koenigsegg shows that compared to a 69 Camaro, that's all,
Put them next to each other.
Yeah.
That's the beauty is that they're a great dichotomy. It's the enthusiasm though that everybody still has that kind of brings us all together.
Yeah.
And if that's there, then it makes, I think, for a great event for everyone to be able to enjoy.
Yeah. Because there are certain shows you go to where they have one section exotics, one section muscle, one section that.
So I actually used to separate it out and did it like American cars and exotics and European, just by like different section. Each row was something different. But what I found is that if you have 15 Mustangs parked next to each other, after you've seen the first Mustang, are you going to really give that much detail to the second one? As much as the second one might be, still has somebody's enthusiasm.
I think you gotta be a real car enthusiast to really see the difference.
Yeah.
Like an average person is gonna see one, they don't really.
There's another one. I don't need to see another one.
Yeah.
But if it's sporadic, then it makes it to where, all right, well, those 15 Mustangs are spread throughout the show.
Yeah.
Well, then you're gonna give it credence when you find the next Mustang. You're gonna give it actual attention. And I think that's important to do. Is that when you have it more, separated, it makes it for a better interaction for
I noticed
people.
yours are more unique that way, where you separate them, and it definitely makes you stand out from a lot of other car shows and stuff.
It does, and people ask if I'm gonna ever bring back. I'm like, no,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No. Now there's a section for I don't call it the exotic section. I call it the more rare and unique section.
Yeah.
So it could be something special and just different, and that's what I think should be in that section.
Yeah,
Usually,
you do have a little bit of the top.
Yeah, on top of the
it's a
parking
small
garage.
section though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And usually those rare and unique cars are probably going to be supercars and probably going to be more exotics for the most part. But there's other stuff that's really going to be oh, that's weird. Oh, why would we do that? And I like finding stuff like that, finding those little, oh, you just imported that? This is the first one in the country? That's neat. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like that R34 that showed up. That's an R26 motor in it.
Yeah.
The white one.
Yep, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Very nice one.
Yeah.
It's been amazing what I've been able to do because of this show, where you get to meet a lot of those owners, and they just are constantly getting something new and wanting to talk car, and it's awesome.
You just get together. It's just exciting whenever you come to the show. You want to show off your new, say you got some new part, new exhaust or something, and all your buddies together. It's just a good entertainment, good time to have.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so say somebody wants to start a new Cars and Coffee or a new show. What's some advice you give them on the podcast itself? If they're out there anywhere in the world.
Don't do it anywhere else other than Orlando. We got enough car shows in Orlando. All right, so as far as starting one, it's a lot of effort. Be prepared to just not have it run smoothly every time, and just put it out there. If you want to start a Cars and Coffee, start a Cars and Coffee. If you don't have one in your town, just message me. I'll help you out. It is something that everyone should have, a Cars and Coffee, somewhere to go, get a couple hours away from the family, away from your own house, even just to get out and enjoy it.
Just take the car for a ride.
Take the car to get exercise. Cars need to be walked.
Yeah, they can't sit in the garage all the time.
No, they need to be used. Yeah. But I think that Cars and Coffee is not as scary as a lot of people I think it is. You can get insurance. You can get a permit from the city. You can just call them and just ask. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
And if you partner with them, you're not going to get shut down. It's not a takeover. If you partner with the city, you partner with the local owner of the parking lot, whatever it is, the more proactive you are, then you're not going to have your show taken away or shut down.
Yeah. You just can't have a sporadic show pop out of nowhere and do a takeover.
No, you can't do that. You can't. That's where it causes issues. That's where people get in trouble. That's where, constantly you're seeing on social media where events are getting shut down and they made it shut down. Well, did you get a permit? It's just that simple. Did you get insurance? Did you ask the owner of the building to use their parking lot?
Yeah.
And most of the time they're going to say yes, because you're bringing business to them. So just as long as you find the right one in the right spot, then you can.
Yeah. And anybody, I'm seeing shows that are not even called Cars and Coffee. They're calling it, something else to try to not, duplicate a Cars and Coffee. But it's still the same event where they come together and they, have coffee and enjoy each other's company. You know what I mean? Bring the cars out, show them off. Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call it?
It's good though. It's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
There are like 10 Cars and Coffee in Central Florida.
Orlando Cars and Coffee.
Yeah. There's Central Florida Cars and Coffee, Winter Garden Cars and Coffee, Winter Park Cars and Coffee.
Yeah. So with your show, you ever done any charity work with any organizations before? I know you do. You've done rally runs before, right?
Yeah. So we do every year. We actually do two different events. We do the Toys for Tots. So we make sure we get some toys in for Christmas and donate a lot to Toys for Tots every year. And we also do a canned food drive. So we do that for Thanksgiving. So we'll do that. And Second Harvest, we give food to Second Harvest every year. So we'll do those in fall time we'll do that for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it's always great. I love doing that and giving back to the community, telling everyone, come on, bring toys out. Let's load up some cars full of toys.
Okay, so
bring it over there.
The next one will be, you said, in November. That's the next one you'll have.
Yes, so probably going to be early November. We'll do the canned food drive, and depending on when for Toys for Tots, because they always want to collect early. So we'll see when that one is. We might do it 2 months. We'll see. But definitely start in November.
That's good. That's good. Tell me more about that rally you did going to Jacksonville. Was it last month you did that? Or April?
So there's another Cars and Coffee up there. Just another show and event. So we wanted to grab some cars. A friend of mine has a collection of cars that he wanted to exercise them. And we grabbed, I think it was 14 of his cars and drove up there.
Okay.
It was a good little drive. Definitely a nice rally.
It's funny. I didn't even ask this at the beginning. I know you had the Mercedes. You have the Mercedes right now, right?
Yep.
Before you had a Porsche, right?
Yeah.
So you
had a couple.
Did you trade the Porsche for that, or you sold the Porsche? And
sold the Porsche, yeah. So I've had the Mercedes for a year now, actually.
Okay.
But it's been out in Oregon.
Is it more been in the shop than you've been driving it, or you still have it?
That's been in the shop so much. Oh dear, don't buy a Mercedes. I love it, but I hate it. Oh my goodness.
Love-hate relationship, right?
Yes, yes. I guess I'm into that. I don't know.
But it's here. I saw it parked, so you're good.
It's there. I mean, we don't know if it'll leave.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Well, yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, what do you see? What's next for Orlando Cars and Coffee? What do you want to? What's your plans? What do you want to do now?
Well, next is we're going to be doing more private events for members only. We're going to be opening up a member lounge, and that'll be our next step that I haven't really talked a lot about.
You heard about the lounge over at Fairbanks? Is that yours?
No, that's a different one. That's but no, this is a 53,000 square foot warehouse for car storage.
Oh, okay.
And a member lounge.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna have 5 racing simulators, golf simulators. Wow. Yeah.
Well, if you need a podcast for that,
we got a podcasting room.
We got you, yeah.
with a big window overlooking all the cars.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Because I DM'd that lounge. I wanted to do a podcast there. Well, I don't really know the owner. I don't know if you know them or not. So I was going to DM them, try to do a podcast in there sometime soon, But Stewart, I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you.
Having you on the show.
This is lovely. It's been a lot of fun.
What are some, tell the people, how do you get your social media other than Cars and Coffee?
Yeah, Orlando Cars and Coffee. You'll see us on Instagram, Facebook, a website. We'll send you newsletters. Yeah, come on out to the show. Every first Sunday, every second Sunday, every first Saturday here.
Yeah.
Plenty of events.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This has been awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. I appreciate everyone who's been listening to this. We're sorry about the music. We tried to get it toned down a little bit, but I think it still came out well. But enjoy. I hope everyone enjoyed the show and enjoy listening to us. And we're gonna head out of here. So talk to you guys later. See you.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate everyone who stayed for the whole video. Be sure to leave a like, comment if you have any suggestions or input for the podcast, or if you want something for us to talk about. Be sure to leave a comment in the comments below. Hope you guys have a good day.